Hello everybody, my name is Tobisatsu, and today I'll be reviewing Yuzo, the biggest battle in Tokyo. Taglines for this film include Kaiju versus crazy people, and Coronavirus won't stop us, Kaiju won't stop us. Which gives you a pretty good idea of what to expect. The story follows Yuzo, a businessman who is down on his luck after his company terminates him due to the ongoing pandemic. Yuzo gets work with the Galaxy Corporation and finds himself surrounded by some of the most insane and degenerate people he's encountered. Now, with a giant monster headed to Tokyo and his girlfriend taken hostage by it, how will Yuzo find the courage to take on this beast and save the day? If you've seen or heard anything about this film prior, I'm sure that you could see that this is a kaiju comedy, more leaning on the comedy aspect. For the most part, I found myself enjoying this film quite a bit. You're not getting anything groundbreaking with the writing or characters, but it does just enough to be enjoyable. Yuzo plays the straight man, having the simple role of hitting his lowest point only to fight and claw back to the top. It's simple, but effective. It also helps that the characters at this Galaxy Corporation are insane, with each worker here having their own quirk, which allows this workplace to almost come together to form its own character. It's pretty cool, and for the most part they know when to tone down the over-the-top, zany humor, and allow for genuine moments of pause or more subtle jokes to play out. They kind of throw shit at the wall in terms of jokes, feeling like their goal was to try and hit every demographic possible. I personally think the jokes that worked best were the visual gags, and some more of the quick shift humor you got with something just abruptly occurring. There's also a few dance scenes in this. By no way is this a musical, but it definitely has its moments, and for the most part, it's pretty good. There's some horribly blatant auto-tune, which honestly adds to the humor of it all. This becomes a bit much as the movie drags on, with a runtime of an hour and 26 minutes feeling way too long. As mentioned, this takes place during the early months of the COVID pandemic, right around the Tokyo Olympic Games. As an American, it's pretty neat to see a foreign perspective on what the pandemic did to Japan, even if much of it is just told to you using stats and such. I feel this could have been played into much more, but for what was done, I enjoyed it enough. It's a pretty eerie change of pace, seeing a lack of people running and screaming from a kaiju in one of these films. But with the time frame this film takes place, it makes sense, and honestly adds some layers to the idea of a kaiju attacking at this time. Speaking of, you may have noticed my lack of kaiju talk, and that's because he really isn't relevant until the tail end of this film. The kaiju is named the Virus King, and we see glimpses of him through the film until he finally emerges over an hour in. The design is actually pretty slick, with the use of suitmation making me enjoy it that much more. Funny enough, I think the film itself has an issue with shooting the suit, as certain scenes with it look incredible, while others just don't do it justice. Good lighting and angles remain insanely important when shooting kaiju scenes. He really doesn't do much more than walk and eat a few people, and it's kind of a letdown to be honest. These films obviously don't have huge budgets, and I'm willing to let some of the shoddiness of the production float by, but to promise this crazy and out there film where a kaiju that sucks up medical masks is fought off by crazy citizens, I personally expected a bit more, even if it was just more creative use of the kaiju. Really, there isn't much more to say about this film. What I laid out is exactly what you receive. It's a very basic plot structure, essentially running on, and then this happened, thinking. It makes the film feel a bit repetitive by the end. It teeters from so bad it's good to just downright charming, but it's almost always enjoyable. I don't think this is something the average Joe would find entertaining, but if you're someone like me who likes out there entertainment and some schlocky kaiju goodness, then this is a fun watch. I give Yuzo, the biggest battle in Tokyo, a 7 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like, And be sure to leave a comment if you've seen the film before, or if you have any suggestions to improve the video quality. Thanks again for watching. This has been Tobisatsu, and have a fantastic day.